Throughout the 3,000-year-long history of China, countless emperors rose and fell, but only one woman managed to claw her way to the top. And boy, did she claw! This is the story of Wu Zetian, the Dragon Empress, who rewrote the rules of power in a man's world. Born in 624 CE, in the heart of the Thames dynasty, Wu's early life was pretty typical for a girl of her time. She learned to cook, clean, and wait for the day she'd become some old dude's wife. But Wu, she had other plans. At the ripe old age of 14, Wu found herself presented as a potential concubine to Emperor Surprise! Surprise! She got picked along with a bunch of other girls. Now, being a concubine usually meant one thing: imperial booty call. But Wu wasn't about to settle for that. Oh no, she had bigger fish to fry. While other concubines were content with their cushy palace life, Wu was playing for D-chess. She caught the eye of the emperor's son, Crown Prince. When Taizong kicked the bucket, most concubines were shipped off to a convent, but not our girl Wu. She slipped right into Gaozong's bed, and his heart. Now, here's where things get spicy. Wu didn't just want to be a consort. She wanted to be the consort. Legend has it she framed the current empress by, get this, killing her own infant daughter. Brutal, right? But was it true, or just some nasty rumor spread by her haters? We may never know. What we do know is that Wu climbed that imperial ladder like a boss. By 655, she was Empress Wu, standing right next to Emperor Gaozong. But why stop there, when you can have it all? Fast forward to 690 CE, and Wu pulls off the impossible. She proclaims herself Emperor of the Zhou dynasty. Not emperors, emperor, the only skirt to ever sit on that dragon throne. So, what do you do when you're the first and only female emperor in Chinese history? If you're Wu Zetian, you'll shake things up. She promoted based on merit, not family connections. She gave Buddhism a boost and expanded education. Sounds pretty progressive, right? But hold your horses, because Wu's reign wasn't all sunshine and dumplings. She ran a secret police force that would make the KGB blush. Cross her, and you might find yourself minus a head. She encouraged female scholars, sure, but she also crushed her enemies without mercy. Wu rebuilt China's bureaucracy from the ground up and expanded the empire's borders, but she also had a habit of executing ministers who looked at her funny. Her rule brought order and prosperity through a whole lot of surveillance and a river of blood. To some, Wu was a wise dragon, steering China towards greatness. To others, she was a venomous serpent in imperial robes. But here's the million-tail question. Was Wu really as bad as they say? Or was she just too powerful for the boys' club to handle? Let's be real for a second. Male rulers who pulled the same stunts often got praised for their strength and decisiveness. But a woman does it, and suddenly she's history's greatest monster. Talk about double standards. We've got to remember that most of what we know about Wu comes from records written after her death by a bunch of Confucian scholars who were unexactly her biggest fans. They painted her as this power-hungry shit-of-all, complete with wild orgies, secret lovers, and demonic rituals. It's like they were writing the world's first trashy tabloid. So, was Wu Zetian truly a monster? Or was she just too badass for the patriarchy to forgive? The debate rages on to this day. In modern times, Wu's gotten something of a makeover. Some see her as a feminist icon, a woman who shattered the celestial ceiling and showed the boys how it's done. Others still can't get past the whole maybe killed her own kid thing. Fair enough, one thing's for sure. Wu Zetian left her mark. Her mausoleum still stands, untouched and unopened. What secrets lie inside? What treasures or horrors might we find? Maybe it's better left a mystery. In the end, Wu Rule alone outlived her enemies and rewrote the playbook of empire. But can anyone really rule without getting their hands dirty? Judge her if you dare. As we close the dusty scrolls on Wu Zetian's life, we're left with more questions than answers. The empty dragon throne fades into the mists of history, leaving us to wonder, was she an empress or an enchantress? A reformer or a tyrant? A devoted leader or a ruthless climber? Perhaps she was all of these things and more. Emperors, tyrant, woman, legend, fascinates and haunts us 13 centuries later. In a world of emperors, she dared to be the exception. Love her or hate her, you can't ignore her. Wu Zetian clawed her way to the top and left claw marks on history that we're still trying to decipher. So the next time you think the glass ceiling is tough, remember Wu Zetian. She didn't just break it, she shattered it, rebuilt it, and crowned herself its master. Now that's what I call girl power, Temps Dynasty style.